Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Leisure Suit Larry Wet Dreams Don't Dry? What in the world is going on here? Why am I... 1.2.0.48? Epilogue? Well, actually, there is an explanation going on here. I can't keep that up any longer. I tried. Basically, the game came out on November 8th, 2018. November 8th, 2019, the game's 1-year anniversary has just passed as of the recording of this video. And it was around that time that there was an epilogue release on Steam. There was an actual update for this game. And I didn't know about it at first until I saw the Gaming Corner, Chris of the Gaming Corner, yeah, I'm bringing him up again. He suddenly, unexpectedly, uploaded himself playing through an epilogue of the game, which is now suddenly available. It was available first on Steam. It wasn't available until GOG, which I'm playing it on because the Gaming Corner played this game on Steam, and I play this on GOG. And long story short, November 11th was when I found out that this was available, and then I could play through it. So we now have an epilogue for the game. I'm guessing we get to see what happens after the game is over, which is going to be pretty darn nice. I really don't have much else to say, except it's available on Steam now, it's now available on GOG, and as of the time of this recording, it should be coming to PS4 and Switch and whatever else it's on soon. Because this has been released on consoles since I've played it. But without further ado, we're going to play the epilogue, and there's going to be a lot more cutscene than actual gameplay. I will speak only if I need to, but I'm going to let these the characters in the epilogue cutscenes speak. This game contains This game content contains massive spoilers for the story of Wet Dreams Don't Dry. Are you sure you want to play through the epilogue? I uploaded this a good while back. You can see it on the channel. It's there if you want to see it. We're going to select the green check mark for yes. Shortly before...
Friends. Friends! You drive the company halfway to ruin, and already you're telling me you just want to be friends!
Well, we have been through a lot together, haven't we?
Never forget where you came from. Never forget who made you what you are today.
Faithless has gone slightly insane, and also it's backstory time.
Cell phones won't be around much longer. The future belongs to modern devices. Devices that are much more than just telephones. And I think we're on the right track.
Uh-oh.
Well, that is. Anyway, I think that we now need to look further down the road. We must not allow ourselves to be guided solely by short-term profit. It's about helping people live their everyday lives, about making the world a better place. As CEO of Prune, I want to drive this project forward. A new kind of portable hardware that features a revolutionary artificial intelligence that I'm working on as we speak. I call her Pi, and the device she'll be running on, the Pi phone. If we get this right, this device will become an indispensable tool in the life of every single human being and change the world. And that's not all. As you can see from the financial projection, this device will catapult us to the top of the world's hardware and software companies. For you, as investors, this is truly a unique opportunity.
I find that an extremely optimistic prediction. What a crazy idea. You want us to invest in a toy? Like that?
So, here we are in, I guess you could say, a good amount of time before Leisure Suit Larry Wet Dreams Don't Dry took place. And apparently this must be at least 10 years ago, maybe. It's kind of indeterminate. The game doesn't really say, but Faithless looks much younger here. Like, significantly, noticeably younger. And here she is, trying to pitch the pie phone for the very first time to investors. It doesn't really matter which dialogue options you pick here. However, you do get to hear them later on. I'm going to choose the third one.
The technical revolution is at hand.
The technical revolution won't happen until we say so.
Business is good. Why not just keep on going the way we have been?
That's a pretty nasty attitude. Third one sounds okay, but first one makes more sense because time never stands still for anybody.
Stagnation is death.
Stagnation. Rushing forward too fast can kill a company. A touchscreen? But keys are much more practical.
There are just some things you can't do with keys. It seemed that these guys are a hard sell when it comes to a smartphone. Then again, this isn't taking place in 2018 right now. Maybe 2008 at the very least. I'll just choose the first one.
Devices like this are incredibly flexible.
Well, all I can see are fingerprints all over it. Whatever. And that's too dangerous for me to invest my money in. This smartphone is far-fetched enough. I don't even want to talk about this artificial intelligence thing.
Paradigm shift.
Apart from that, your company really has a problem when a woman has to be at the top. Hey, could you bring us another coffee?
Misogyny.
At least you look good in that dress. It'd look good on you as a secretary, too.
Why didn't you try another industry? Kitchen appliances can be pretty high-tech, too. No, we should really invest in other areas. Maybe something with weapons.
Well, at least Faith was telling the truth when they said that nobody wanted her to be on top. And here's where BJ comes in. That's right, BJ.
And I just have to pretend I understand what I'm talking about?
Yes, you actors can memorize anything, right? But it's of the utmost importance that it looks like you had the ideas.
Of course, that's my specialty.
You have to be convincing on stage, really be able to sell the technology, even if it's not yours.
Didn't you say you weren't quite ready with that virtual helper?
You mean Pi? Oh, she's ready all right. I have to get development funding so I can make the algorithm self-learning. That will change everything when it's done. We can really make a difference here. Help people make the world a more fair and just place.
And if the presentation goes off well, do I have the job?
If the presentation goes well, Bill, you can have it all. You will then officially become the CEO of Prune Incorporated. You'll own the whole city. Everyone will be at your feet.
And we'll make a killing!
Yes, but that's not the point. We can deliver the sum of the world's knowledge to every human being on the planet.
A vegan latte with tofu strudel and mangosteen extract for BJ.
BJ?
Bill Jobs. I thought that was obvious.
BJ, that doesn't sound half bad. Maybe you should always call yourself that, Bill.
Yeah, maybe. I have to get going. I'll see you at the presentation tomorrow.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to working with you. And don't forget the suit. Oh, and do something with your hair.
Anyone notice that Arbug's copy looks like Salon du Lazard, except more well-maintained?
CEO of Prune, I personally want to drive this project forward. A new type of portable hardware that also features a revolutionary artificial intelligence. I call her Pi, and the device she'll be running on, the Pi phone.
I think those investors adore him. This could all work out as intended.
As you can see from the financial projection, this device will catapult us to the top of the world's hardware and software companies. For you as investors, this is truly a unique opportunity.
It's BJ, isn't it? Well, I can see that you're a high-caliber man, and that's a very interesting idea, this Pi phone, but I'm not convinced.
The technical revolution is at hand.
The longer I think about it, the better it sounds.
Business is good. Why not just keep on going the way we have been?
Stagnation is death.
Well, that's really well said.
A touch screen? But aren't keys more practical?
Devices like this are incredibly flexible.
I never looked at it that way before.
Well, BJ, I have to say, never before have I seen such a technically impressive vision of the future.
And you're really rocking that suit. It's easy to see how much expertise you have.
I do believe that with you, our money is in excellent hands.
I can't believe it. It worked.
We're only listening to you because you're a male. Lol.
How could you screw that up so badly, BJ? You had everything. Everything you could have ever dreamt of. But again and again, off you went, getting drunk as a skunk in town for absolutely no reason. We were barely able to keep them from trumpeting the news about which dives you were in. You even lost a secret prototype in that bar.
Oh, and what about you? Have you gotten everything done exactly the way you planned? Kept every promise you ever made? Your revolutionary new AI, the one that was supposed to improve the lives of people everywhere? Pi, the self-learning Pi 2. All just a con. The AI versions we released were just data krakens we used to make a killing. That's all.
I would have been a lot further ahead if you hadn't kept throwing a wrench into the works all the time.
What happened to you? You used to be a talented young visionary. You wanted to change everyone's life for the better back then.
I did everything I could. I tried everything, but no one listened to me. Nobody even gave me a chance. Nobody... Damn it! We have an intruder. Who the hell is it now? I have to take care of this.
And this is where Larry comes in.
I can't believe Larry showed up here. But he can't do any more damage. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on them. No, they'll get what they deserve. I've been letting people walk all over me for too long. Well, the board knows full well I'm the only one who can clean up this mess and save the company. I own the place anyway. It's about time I officially stepped into the spotlight. Maybe that whole thing Larry started wasn't so bad after all. I need to call the board. Oh, damn it, no signal. Maybe up there.
And this is where we catch up to Faith at the end of the game.
Ah, the chairman of the board. Perfect. I was just going to call. Yes, I saw the share price. That lawyer chick may have something on BJ, but he's out anyway. But I still own the majority share in Prune, and I... Which investor? No, not going to happen, and that's still my decision and not some investor's, no matter how many shares he buys. I said I haven't finished programming the new AI. The current iteration isn't ready for release yet. If we were to incorporate it into a product, it could... No, never. I'm the only one who has access to the code, and I'm not going to change that. In the wrong hands, that AI is dangerous. I still have to work on it first. I don't react well to threats. Unbelievable. The first thing I'm going to do when I'm officially CEO is replace the whole board. Give them my AI like hell. It stays on my personal Python and nowhere else.
Faith?
Don't come any closer.
Let's talk this over.
You're worse than BJ.
Can't take much, can he?
Don't make me throw you off.
This is all just a big misunderstanding.
How did you get out, anyway?
I used a door opener.
I mean, out as the... Hold on. What door opener?
Some red button.
The red button beside the door? That's not the door opener. I knew it was a stupid idea to put the button right next to the door.
Faith, what have you done?
You done, you idiot. You activated the self-destruct.
And we get the Instacrap cutscene of the villa blowing up. Again.
Oh, that red button.
Yes, the red button next to the... It doesn't fucking matter!
Faith? Go left.
That was close. Larry, in spite of everything, you still saved my life.
You're too beautiful to be crushed.
Oh, Larry, I think we should...
And here is the final Instacrap cutscene again. The one for the very end of the game. And once again, here's the puck from the High Striker down at the fun fair, suddenly landing on Faithless's head. And I've been recording for 18 minutes now, amazingly.
My head is pounding. What happened? Where am I? How did I get here? And who am I? My name is... Wait. Oh, got it on the tip of my tongue. Damn it. Okay, relax. I have to find something here that'll help me.
And this is where we finally start playing the game. We can click on things. Don't forget, you can hold space to figure out what you can click on. There are two areas in the boat we can click on. We can check out the ocean, and we can look at the distant clouds.
I can't reach that. Who'd have thought?
Well, we can't do anything with that.
I'm not jumping in there. Don't even know if I can swim.
And we have the bow and the stern. So we have two things we can look at in the boat that we can actually interact with. At least two areas, at least. At least we're not going to die every 5 seconds like in Leisure Suit Larry 2. Thankfully, this is pretty easy when you know what to do, and thankfully I know what to do. So, right here at the front of the ship, I'm assuming that's the bow. You can just click on the water to go back, by the way. Yeah, that is the bow. Had to click back there just to be sure. We have the puck.
It's got something attached to it, and what is it anyway?
Let's see if we can do anything with it.
Blech. It's all slimy.
Well, it's in our inventory now. Let's look at our inventory. We have the puck and this.
Very comfortable to wear.
I don't know why you have that, but okay. We have the glowing box, which is obviously a pie phone.
What is this thing?
I am right-clicking on stuff when I see them, by the way, before I click on them with the left button.
No idea what I'm supposed to do with that.
And when you click on the pie phone, you get this stuff to happen.
What is this thing again?
How can I help you?
What? Well, I'm here on this boat, and I don't know who I am.
Name. Faithless.
That's my name.
Confirmed.
Good. But that isn't really helping me.
Situation analysis in progress. Sensors activated. Please wait.
Water. Water everywhere and not a drop to drink.
Storm detected. Hazard level 1. Approaching your position. A quick change of location is recommended.
Can you call for help?
I can forward your location via the emergency call function.
Then do it.
Emergency call function. Low battery. Power save mode activated. Please recharge as soon as possible. Beep.
Hello? Where the hell am I going to find electricity out here?
I forgot to right-click the storm here.
Something's brewing. Nothing but water everywhere you look.
I'm guessing you probably get the same thing if you just right-click the storm before you pick up your pie phone. Oh well, it's not like I'm missing much, but we will go back to the bow here. And there's a suitcase.
Let's see what's in here. If only I knew what these documents are good for.
We might as well go ahead and take the documents if we
I don't
can.
know what for yet, but documents are always helpful. Looks like a compartment for files. It has documents in it.
So we can't use anything else with the rest of the documents.
And let's see what's hidden in there. A cable.
Well,
No idea what this cable is used for.
but if we have any if I would reckon a guess here, it's probably for the pie phone.
I'm sure I can do something with it.
Apologies if I'm not talking a whole lot. There's a lot of talking in the epilogue, and there's also a lot of cutscene in the epilogue too.
I wonder what's in there.
So, yeah.
That's obviously a portable battery.
Right click
If I'm not mistaken, there's a portable battery in there.
and left click.
Electricity to go. How practical.
And we might as well go ahead and look at our thing again.
A glowing box. Oh, wait a minute. That's my pie phone. I haven't forgotten everything.
Well, you still haven't been told your position in Prune, so...
There's something about a takeover bid of a company called Prune by some Asian investors. Seems to be some kind of fruit company.
Exactly my point. Let's go ahead and right-click the charge
A
cable.
USB cable.
Yeah, that's it. And the battery?
A super power bank with super power.
I wonder.
Hopefully this currency is valid wherever I'm going. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, we can't do anything with the money.
Lots of colourful passports. You never know when a submarine might suddenly pop up and want to see a passport.
And passports we can't do anything with.
If it's mine, I packed superbly for every situation.
I'm guessing the game won't let us take the underwear.
I hope that really is my underwear.
It won't. And we don't necessarily need to,
I'll
but
just close that up again.
we can close the thing again. We can close the suitcase. Wonder what happens if we click on the blanket. I'll do right click first.
I'm not cold. At least, not yet.
And now for left click.
Let's see what's underneath.
It's a bucket.
The hole makes the bucket useless. It has a hole in it, so there's no need for me to drag it around the way it is.
Well, we might as well click on the water to go back and check out the other end of the boat, the stern. What else can we work with? Well, there's a rope, there's a life preserver.
A well-secured life preserver half in the water. The life preserver is fastened securely.
Well, there is a rope that we can click on.
That's what the life preserver is tied down with. Open.
But if we try to take the life preserver now...
I can't get it out of the water. It seems to be tied to something somewhere.
And if we could get rid of the water, we could find out what it is. Unfortunately, even though we have a bucket, we can't get rid of the water because the bucket has a hole in it.
The water's too murky. Can't see anything in it. There's so much water in the boat. How did it get here? And how did I get here?
And, well, let's see if we can do things.
A fishing line. I've never fished before, I think.
Can we take the fishing line? I hope we can.
Hopefully I won't get it all tangled up.
We can!
Those remind me of someone.
I'm not quite sure who it is, except maybe for Larry Laffer, but I can't really tell.
It's wriggling.
But we did take a worm.
I could use it to fire off a flare. If I had to, I could also use it to shoot pirates.
And there is the box itself that we can look at and examine.
The lid is open. The hinge is rusted.
Oh dear. Well, let's look at the hinge.
A hinge? Completely rusted. It won't budge.
And we do have a way to make the hinge move, but before we do that, there are some things that we can still look at. We still have this outboard motor.
A flap which probably conceals the motor.
I don't think we can do anything with it, though.
Screw down tight.
And there's the outboard motor itself.
The outboard motor. If only it could get me away from here. I never get it to work just by looking at it.
Well, it helped to left click after right clicking anyway. What about the hand starter?
I guess one could use that to start the motor. The rope's hopelessly jammed.
We can't even get this to run. Well, there's so much we can do now. Or so little we can do now. Let us go back to... No, we need to go back to the stern. That's pretty much all we can do now.
I hope I won't be forced to try and catch a fish.
And spoiler alert, almost all of these items will be completely useless.
That worm is looking awfully familiar.
The worm looks like Larry. I just now noticed this. That's why it suddenly looked like somebody.
I can't do anything with that without a flare.
And spoiler alert, there are no flares in the boat. So even this item is useless. But one thing that isn't is the slimy thing, which is the puck from the High Striker, though Faith does not know that because she was never there. We can use the slimy puck on the rusty hinge. Oh, I forgot, if you right click, you just get rid of the item that you currently have. You get it off your cursor.
Now, everything's lubricated.
And with that, can we move the thing?
Now the hinge is moving again.
We can.
Then let's have a look.
And a USB port.
Why the hell does the motor have a USB port?
And more importantly, a first aid
Not
kit.
hurt, but let's see.
I forgot to right click that, but no matter.
Band-aids for all those little boo-boos. Band-aids are always useful.
We can take the band-aids.
Duct tape. Extra tough.
We can take the duct tape.
Why do I have the urge to stick this over some guy's mouth? A guy in a white suit.
Once again, we have the thing going on where... What's her name? Faithless is remembering Larry Laffer only because he was probably the last thing she was thinking of before the High Striker puck just landed right on her head. So that's a thing.
A needle? I don't think it's absolutely necessary for sailing.
And interestingly, we can take the needle.
I hope it doesn't prick me from inside my pocket. On the other hand, this dress doesn't even have any pockets.
So how are you carrying all this stuff then? At least Larry probably had pockets. Well, let's go ahead and right-click stuff on the inventory because we can.
Luckily, I'm unharmed.
So the band-aids are useless then.
Just in case your duck springs a leak, I suppose.
I find it interesting how people still call it duct tape when duck is a brand and the proper term is duct tape. D-U-C-T. American English. Right, the needle.
Sharp.
And that's pretty much all she says. So, have we clicked on everything? Well, there is a thing we could do with the USB port probably because we do have the charge cable, but there's still one more thing we have to do. Can the duct tape work on the bucket?
That should be enough to use the bucket. An old school bucket. It might come in handy if it was freshly patched.
And we can. So let's go back from the bow, back to the stern. And we will now use the repaired bucket. I should probably check it out.
An old school bucket.
Okay, same description as before. Let's go ahead and use it on the water here.
Okay, here we go. Water to water.
I do like Faithless's accent, by the way. That was probably my favorite thing about the Faith character in the main game. I should mention that. And we have two things that we can do. We can get the screwdriver.
Size 5 screwdriver. Now I want to screw something too.
Hopefully it's that hatch up there and not something else. I mean, it's... You're not going to get that open with your bare hands anyway, no matter how hard you try.
That's what the life preserver was tied down with.
And we can take this rope off.
Open. A life preserver.
And can we take this now?
I have a life preserver now, but I'm not saved yet.
We can use it now. So we have two new items.
Why do they call it a screwdriver when you can't drive it anywhere?
Maybe you're driving something out of it, like nails out of a panel. I mean, I don't have a degree in English or anything, but I'm guessing that's why. And the life preserver, let's go ahead and right-click that as well.
It says, suitable only for rescuing divers.
So why do you have it? Well, we have two things that we can do. One of them is using the charge cable on the USB port.
Ugh, the cable doesn't fit. Maybe I tried it the wrong way round.
And we have to click on it not once.
I'll try plugging the cable in the other way round. Doesn't work either.
Not twice.
Okay, I'll turn it round again, even though it makes absolutely no sense. Ugh, it worked. I hate USB.
But 3 times.
The cable is now plugged in on one side. I don't need to plug that cable in. I'm charged up enough as it is.
And thankfully we have no need to take it out. Can we use the Pi phone on the charge cable? We can. Uh-oh.
Battery charging. All system functions restored.
Right. Now what?
Storm detected. Hazard level 2. Approaching fast. A change of location is recommended.
That's what I've been trying to do the whole time. You're not much help. Whoever designed you should be ashamed. Then send the distress call now.
It is recommended that you first change your location quickly. Outboard motor detected. Recommendation. Activate.
Yeah, thanks for that.
So,
Time to get the hell out of here.
yeah, this isn't looking good for Faith.
Nothing but water everywhere you look.
So, we have the stern. And we have that hatch. That's probably the one thing that we can do. I mean, you could use the fishing line with the worm,
Not exactly hand in glove.
but you can't do anything with it.
So what am I supposed to sew?
Apparently nothing.
I don't think this battery's working.
And apparently that doesn't
A
work with that
super
either.
Power bank with super power.
And I can't believe I accidentally right-clicked that. And we can't do that, but we can't use the life preserver in the water as we can. Matter of fact, what happens if you try to do it before that?
No, I'm going to keep that with me for now.
Okay. She just doesn't do it. So let's go ahead and go back to the stern and use a screwdriver on the hatch.
Now it's open. The motor has Bluetooth. What company would come up with an idea that stupid?
And let's see. Okay, there's just the one thing that we can interact with.
The motor has Bluetooth.
And it's just the same thing as before. Now, had we done the screwdriver to the hatch thing before we plugged in the PiPhone, before we got it all charged up, if we pressed a button, nothing would happen. Like, the lights would all turn red and nothing would happen because the motor doesn't detect Bluetooth. So, since we do have the PiPhone up and running, we can press the button now.
Connection established. Motor operational. Motor cannot be started as no fuel is available.
The tank's empty. All that work was for nothing.
Storm detected. Hazard level 3. You are now officially in danger. Recommendation. Throw out life preserver.
Throw out the life preserver. There's no one in the water. And hopefully I'm not going to fall in.
The Prune High Sea safety protocol stipulates that a life preserver must be thrown out.
Okay then, if you say so.
So, not only is the rope hopelessly jammed,
Ropes hopelessly jammed.
but we have no fuel for this whatsoever. Which, it's like the life preserver is the only thing that's going to help us. Also, I saw her eyes just move right there. Don't know why. Okay, yeah, she's just looking back and forth for a brief moment. She does do that. But sadly, you can't
That doesn't look good.
You can't interact with that, and you can't put the life preserver on Faith herself, so all you can really do is just put it in the ocean, where it sinks.
Hazard level 4. No life preserver within range. Situation hopeless.
Damn it! Then send the distress call.
Storm is about to hit your vessel. To whom should your last backup be sent?
I can't remember anybody from my former life. There must be somebody who impressed me, who I can remember. Larry, Laffer.
Your location and an encrypted backup of your entire PiPhone, including private data, are being sent to Larry Laffer.
Wait, I'm not exactly sure who that is.
Storm has arrived. Hazard level 5. Have a nice day.
And that is it. we get the Instacrap cutscene where the storm hits Faith, and there's nothing she can do.
Transmission successful.
And with that, Faith data, including the Protopi AI, everything she has is transferred over to Larry. And Larry probably saw that as soon as he pulled out his phone for more timber suggestions. And we don't know what happened to Faith. Maybe the storm did get her. But her data does somehow survive and is now in Larry Laffer's hands. And I think it's safe to say that we may have a sequel to Wet Dreams Don't Dry. Never thought I'd be saying that, but it really does seem like there will be a sequel to this game. And before you ask, is there anything else to the epilogue? No, because while I got this video ready and everything, I did talk with Chris at the Gaming Corner. He couldn't find anything else whatsoever, and what you see here is basically what you're gonna get. Very short epilogue. Matter of fact, there's more cutscene than actual gameplay if you know what you're doing, especially if you know what you're doing. You'll probably play through this in about 30 or so minutes. And once you've seen all there is to see, that's it. You only use like maybe 3 or 4 items at the most. The rest are just red herrings. You can't do anything with any of them. I'm guessing maybe you're supposed to pick them up just to ensure that you can go along with the plot. But other than that, you only use 3 or 4 items at most. There's no extra achievements in any way. I didn't unlock any achievements during my practice run of this. It's just a very short epilogue. I'm pretty sure there are bug fixes now that this is 1.2.0.48. I'm pretty sure there are bug fixes for the main game now that weren't in the previous builds. But other than that, there's really not much else for me here, or for anybody who's beaten the main game and gotten all the achievements. So that's it for the epilogue. And unless something else happens, that'll be it for the main game. That'll be it for this game in general. So, hope you enjoyed the epilogue, as brief as it was, and chock full of cutscene and faithless backstory on Faith and BJ that there was, even if it did constitute the majority of the video. Will we get a sequel? Hopefully we get a sequel. And at this point, I'm just rambling now, so this has been the epilogue for Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry. This is the part where I usually say hopefully I'll be back with another game, but I'll actually be uploading this concurrently with whatever I'm playing now. Whatever it may be. So, yeah, this has been the epilogue for Let's Play Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. I guess I could say until then. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, thanks for watching, and see you guys later!